Welcome back to Minecraft, and today I have brought with me Malinka and Occi. Hello Occi.
Hello.
And hello Malinka.
Hello.
It's been a long time, Occi, since we've seen you here, but you're here at last.
Indeed.
So yeah, quite a few episodes ago we talked about you doing some automation with glass and quartz glass.
Indeed. So the plan for now is, if you look to the building, you see that there's one side with glass.
Yep.
That has normal glass. That's in time we will replace it with quartz glass. Now, unfortunately, we don't have quite enough to replace all of it. So we're going to start with this cobblestone wall. That used to be glass, but I tried to replace it with cobblestone just for testing, because we are going to replace the cobblestone with quartz using a turtle.
Okay, cool. So I'm just going to quickly show some of the recipes. So this is computer turning into a turtle like so, and then I believe you're using a mining turtle for this?
Indeed.
Okay, so I'll show the audience how to make the turtle. Now if I come into your computer, and do you want to show us some of your code?
Indeed. I don't know if you've got it on screen now, or if you have to.
I have it.
Alright, so first off we got some starting variables, just standard stuff to have the width of the building is their width, and then we got the fuel, which is the slot for the fuel. You can see the coal there in the turtle's inventory. And then we got the glass, which is not glass but a cobblestone, because we're replacing the cobblestone, so it needs a reference to compare with.
Can I ask a question?
Then we've got the...
Right at the top.
Yes.
You said fuel's in slot 16. I was under the impression...
Yes.
I thought slot 1 was called slot 0. Or is that an old version of Computercraft or something?
That may be a very old version. I've never used that, at least.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Alright, carry
Same here, actually.
on. Yeah, I think it might be an old version, don't I?
Yeah, that is a normal indexation for matrices and stuff, but the Computercraft inventory is 1 to 60.
Okay, fair enough.
Then we've got the first function here is a function just to check the fuel level. So I run that function every time before the turtle does any movement, so that it doesn't try to move and then hasn't got any fuel to move. Because that's how turtles need. They need refueling before moving. So.
Yep. So you fuel them with
they don't use an
coal
awful
and
lot.
Things, yeah, or blaze power.
Yeah, you can
blaze
use
rods.
quite different.
Yeah.
Yeah. The next one is just a function to place a block, and the thing with the function is that if the current slot, you see that the turtle has the slot number 1 selected, runs out of items to place, then it increments the slot variable to take the next slot.
Yeah.
Obviously this breaks if it goes beyond slot 4, but we've made sure that there's enough glass in there to cover the wall.
Yep.
Then we've got a function check, which basically does a comparison to the block in front and compares it to the cobblestone on slot 15, and then it returns true if it's indeed a cobblestone block, because we don't want to replace the yellow forest bricks in there as well.
Okay.
And then we've got a function replace that uses the check function to see if it indeed needs replacing in front, and then does the replacing if it's needed.
Okay, so turtle.dig is basically removes a block and then places the block.
Yeah, indeed.
Yep.
Then we've got the next function just moves the turtle to the next column.
Yep.
So that doesn't replace the same one. That would be awkward.
Yep.
And then we've got the run function is basically the main function with the loops, so that it makes all of this replaced.
Okay.
And then on the bottom we execute the run function, because since all of this is in functions, it wouldn't actually do anything unless you told it to run one of the functions.
Okay.
Well, the main function. So now we're going to do that.
Okay, and then you just run the replace, and now the turtle's on its go. So it starts at the bottom, as you can see here. Saw that the it's needing replacing. Sees a blank spot and decides, right, that column must be finished then. And this goes back to the bottom again. So if I'm going to come around over to here so we can watch a bit better. So you can see right in this one's quite a long column with actually not much cobble to replace, but it goes right to the bottom till it finds an air block, replaces the cobble, and it'll go right the way up to top until it finds an air block again, and it's like, okay, next column, and back down to the start again.
Yeah, as you can see, it doesn't do anything on the way down, which I could have made it so that it did every other column, so that it's more effective. But the way I use turtles, at least, is that you just make the program, put the stuff in, or make it mine, or do whatever, and then you can go do something else. You don't have to actually watch the process.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really matter that it takes almost twice the amount of time. Like,
well, particularly for this building, one of the advantages is that it's really high up, and it's quite difficult to maneuver around to place this entire wall of stuff, especially from the outside. So the turtle doesn't
even
worry
from the
about
inside,
this.
it's a hassle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the good things I've been using turtles for as well. Is mining like way underground, because the turtles don't die from lava. So you can just, as long as you can get to them, they won't be dead, even if they're like below a lake of 10 blocks of lava.
Okay, well, I'm going to pause the recording, and when the turtle's pretty much finished, then I'll turn it back on again. Okay, the turtle has done most of the buildings, just on its last column. There was a few derpiness bits with the turtle that we had to fix, because in our testing we were replacing glass, and glass breaks. But with cobble, it picks it up, and so it was messing with the program a little bit. It was really designed to replace glass, not cobble, which is fine. It's working, and it's almost finished. Look, a couple more blocks. Hey! And it should stop fairly soon. Look at this. Part itself.
Oh, we'll stop there.
Top, yeah. Nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
Cool. So you'll be able to do that for several sides once we've got more, and it will definitely change its look.
By the way, Aussie's wearing longfall boots.
Seriously.
Did you see me shaking my head? No, I don't want to.
Okay, let's get out of here, shall we? Okay, so hopefully you liked a little bit of computer craft that we were shown on there, just for a little bit of automation. You can get computer craft and turtles to do pretty much anything if you really put your mind to it and did all the coding for it. But
yeah, there are often faster and easier ways. But computer craft is a fun way to mess around with some Lua scripting if you're interested in that kind of stuff.
so, something else to mention is this building in the middle. I've always liked the look of it, but it was cumbersome to work in. So you probably can see here that we've changed it quite a bit. And that'll become more apparent about our changes when we come inside. So I'm just going to give you a bit of a tour of our changes very quickly. So previously this was 5 cubes effectively, one here, one in this corner, one over here, one in this corner, and then there was one smack bang in the middle. So we've kind of replaced all that. We've made a central shaft which runs all the way through the middle, which is effectively our lift, and also our maintenance cables. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but there's cables inside. There's ME cables.
Break open a red wall if you want to show it.
Yeah, true. I can do that. There we go. So you can see here we've got some cabling going all the way up the shaft, all the way up the building. So it's a good way of hiding cables and get them all the way up the building. But yeah, it's just easier to work in now. So we've got everything. We've moved some of the stuff around just to make things work. This episode, it'll be has more to do with these machines that I've got coming up here. But let's go up the floors and show what we've changed all the way. So we'll go up to the first floor, which is the next one up, which is our B room. And we've pushed the walls out here as well. So now we've got a big room to be working in, and we do have plans for how to fill up this room with stuff. You know, we're going to have some liquid storage up here and our extra B machines. But this hasn't changed out here, so that's the same. We've put an applied energistic system on this floor, so we can access our materials that are downstairs. I'll come into what this is afterwards. But again, we've still got our lift shaft, so we can go up to the second floor, which is our top floor. And again, this is laid out pretty much the same way as it is upstairs. We've got an applied energistic system here, and again, we've got that screen. This is also something I'll talk about later on in this episode. This is our oil, which seems to be doing fairly well, powering up our base. I haven't even moved it this week, the oil stuff.
Neither have I.
Yeah, it's just been running for a week. There's our lasers that we made last episode. So just in general, we've just been doing some redecorating, as it were. We'll come down to ground floor. Okay. So that's the changes to the building. Just because it's just going to be easier to work in. It was a pain in the bum. So yeah, we're going to work on autocrafting today, and to help with our autocrafting, I should probably show the crafting monitor first of all, which I've already gone ahead and made and installed in several places. So that's the recipe for it, and this is our crafting monitor. I'll come into that in a moment. Then the other block that we've got here, I forget the name of it actually.
Pattern encoder.
Yep, there it is. The ME pattern encoder is made like this, and that's here. And we've got some blank patterns in here, and again that will come. We'll show what all these do in a little while, but that's how you make a pattern encoder. Nothing too terrible, right? But for proper auto-crafting, we need to actually have a device that will do the crafting for us. And this actually requires several steps. So let me turn my thing into applied energistics so we can see everything from the mod. Now to make auto-crafting system, you basically need to make the basic structure using heat vents and containment walls. Containment walls are made like this, they're not too difficult. I don't know how much containment walls I have in here. I need to make one more, okay. So if I choose my containment wall, there we go, make one more. And heat vents. I'm surprised have I not got any heat vents inside the system? Oh, I made some, so I think I need to make one more, and that may be enough for that. If I need to make more, I will make more. So I take the heat vents out, and I take the containment walls out. Then we can start working on the basic structure. And if I give you half of these containment walls, doesn't matter who picks them up, and half of these heat vents. Okay. So the plan is to make a 4x4 structure like this. It's quite big, and close up this gap here, but that's fine because we've now got access points elsewhere. Can we go one higher?
That's 4 high. If we want higher we can, but I'm out of blocks anyway. I'll have to destroy these.
Oh, maybe it was that high. Alright, maybe I'm being derpy. No, just wait a second. Maybe I did plan for this high. Oh, I did plan for this high, I guess. Okay, and then if you fill out the last one. Has that used all your blocks?
I'm all out of blocks.
Alright, then I did plan it right. Now we need to fill up the gaps. But not the middle bit. So, yeah, just the ceiling and the wall. And what I'm going to do is, I've made too much actually, but that's fine. I'm just going to leave it open for the moment. So this is our crafting machine as such that we've built up, and you can do this in lots of various sizes and have it as big or small as you want. But to make these you actually need 2 more blocks that come part of this. So one is called a crafting CPU, and crafting CPU is used to speed up crafting. So I've actually already pre-made 3 of them, but if you look here, this is how you make it. And the other part is this pattern provider, and the pattern provider is actually quite a bit more expensive, and all the rest of the internal blocks I actually want to fill up with pattern providers. I think I already made one, just checking. Yeah, so we've got 1, 2, 3, that would count for that, so we need 5 of the pattern providers. Okay, which means I need 10 conversion matrices. Oh, well, I've run out of Fluix dust. Okay. Let's just make some more. I think I've got enough to make a whole bunch more. Yeah, that'll do. I think I need 8 more, and then I should be good with this. There we go. 8 more of those. Then we need 10 storage cells. Oh, what did I just run out of? Ah, advanced processors. Let's have a look. Advanced processors, I've got 9. Have I just done this? Wait a minute. Oh, we need gold basic processors, okay. So let's, how many have I got? I've got, I can autocraft 5. I'll get into the autocraft of that in a second. And if I look up basic processors here, I need to make some more of these, so I'll make 10.
There's some fun new recipes in here to make those advanced processors. You can make them with diamonds now and such.
You mean the chipsets? So you can use them in the laser table upstairs. Yeah, is a small saving. And I'm just going to craft 10 more of these. There we go. I wonder how many storage cells did I get up to? So I've got 2, so I need 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. That's my storage cells. And then with luck, I've got enough for everything else. Oh, I haven't got crafting tables. Okay. So I need 10 of these. Good. I didn't actually need 10. So now I've got extras. And I didn't need as many storage cell either. I needed 5, didn't I? I didn't really do my calculations. But don't worry.
We can always extend this block.
Yeah. So, did I pick up the cooling? I think they're called CPUs, aren't they? Yeah, so there's my 3 crafting CPUs. And we'll place those like so. Then we'll place the pattern providers in all the other blocks here. And then you fill up the heat vents like so. And now we've got our multi-block structure. This is pretty cool. And you can see here, because we put in 5 of the pattern providers, we've now got 5 pages in our assembly chamber, 1 for each of those blocks. And if we'd put more in, you'd have more. So shall I show a basic craft, I guess?
Yeah, let's make... what do we want to make?
I'm thinking, well, what's the first thing you ever do in Minecraft? Probably turn
Make
wood
a wooden
into-
pickaxe
wood into
or an axe.
planks.
Yeah, wood into planks, planks into sticks. That's always useful.
Yep, so I'll encode that using blank patterns that I already showed the recipe for, and it makes an encoded pattern with that in. So great, so I can clear that, and now I'll put in the pattern for sticks and encode that. Now, if I come into this machine here, you can see that I've now got the patterns for those recipes inside our chamber. And if I take yeah, let me remove all of our planks out of the system. Cancel that for a moment. And I'm going to remove all of our sticks out of the system as well. Okay, so first of all, if I wanted to make a plank, I can just craft here, and I know it makes 4 anyway, but if I ask for 1, it would make those 4, because that's just how it works, and leave the 3 in the system. So if I ask for 4, it will begin crafting, and instantly here you can see, boom, I've got my oak wood planks made. But it's actually more intelligent than that. So if I take these planks out again, right, so bear in mind there is no planks in the system whatsoever, and there's no sticks in the system. But if I click craft on sticks and say I want 10 sticks, let's say, and then hit begin, it will actually make it. And what it's done here is it's actually noticed that to make the sticks it needs planks. So it saw, oh wait a minute, I know how to make planks as well. So it then went ahead and made the planks for itself. So yeah.
Yeah, so you can't actually skip steps there.
No, you can't skip a step in there. So all we need to do is just keep filling this up with recipes, and we'll have a really easy way. So for instance, one of the things that is probably worth having a recipe for, just because we're going to need lots of these while we're putting it together, is blank patterns.
Blank pattern.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if I take glass,
not just that one. Also for the basic processors, the ones before cooking.
yeah, that's right. So what I can do here with my blank pattern is I can actually shift click the, oh wow, I may not even need the, that's ridiculous, that's cool. Anyway, so I can just hit encode here and place. The reason why I was impressed there is actually, watch this. If I clear this recipe out, right,
you filled it through NEI?
Through NEI, yeah, and I didn't even need the materials in my hand.
That is very cool.
So, yeah, okay, that makes a lot of helpfulness. Okay, so now I've got blank patterns. If I ever need any more blank patterns, I can just hit the button here, say, you know what, make me 10 more of these. And hey presto, it's done. Okay, so the next part I want to talk about is interfaces and being able to do more types of craft. Now I can actually look here and see I've got a bunch of stuff here which I can just go ahead and craft. Now I know I've run out of silicon, and to make silicon you actually cook quartz dust. So let's say I want 10 silicon. Now the system is going to cook me 10 silicon. And using the crafting monitor, you can see it's actually working on it. And as it does it, here it's doing its thing. If there's any materials missing, it will let you know. And if there's like a whole bunch of like a more complicated recipe that we're doing than just cooking one thing, then it will start filling out this window here as well. So it's just got 4 more silicon. Now silicon wasn't in here, so how the hell have I got silicon and some of those other things that I cooked up? How is that even working? So I'm going to go upstairs to show how that works, and we'll come up to the second floor. Now I've made interface blocks before, but interface blocks we've end up using for as part of other recipes. So I will show how to make an interface. It's just this, and you can wrench an interface, which hopefully it won't break things too much. But for several reasons, I've wrenched this out. But you know, I can decide which way that block is facing, and now with the arrows telling me it's facing down into the powered furnace. The powered furnace is set up so that it will set input from the blue and outputs at orange. And on the orange, I've just put a basic export. So it's fairly simple. Everyone with me so far?
Yeah.
And in the ME interface, I've actually put blank patterns. If I take out this pattern here, you can see it's the same as we did downstairs. And I've got class 1 Certus quartz into silicon dust, and sorry, into just normal silicon via the cooking here. So I'm actually going to make another recipe. Let me go downstairs, and we'll just teach it a simple one. So let's go to ground floor, and have I got... Okay, let me just change this back here, and I'm going to take one piece of glass, and I'm going to take one piece of sand. If you place it into any kind of furnace, it will now it won't fill in this part because sand in a crafting bench doesn't do anything, but we can override that. We can say, hey, if we put one piece of sand in, we actually get one piece of glass out, and that's what happens when you're working with, say, a powered furnace. So we've got one sand goes into the powered furnace, and out of the powered furnace expect to see one piece of glass. And if I encode that on the blank pattern, like so, and then come up to the second floor again, I can then go up to my interface block here and add the recipe just here for one sand will turn into one glass. And now if we ever run out of glass and we've got sand in the system, then we can make it that way. It's fairly complicated, but it's working, and I hope people kind of understood what we were doing here. I think what I'll do, just to show some of that process a little bit easier on camera, I'm actually going to come over here and make another interface block. So let's put the recipe in. Oh, I've run out of conversion matrices, that's fine.
Make one from conversion matrix, I'd say.
Yep, I've just done it, that's fine. So I've got an interface block. The next thing I want is a basic export bus. And what was I missing out of that? Oh, another interface. Okay, so I'll have to make another conversion matrix, make another interface, and then a basic... Oh, sorry, I need basic import bus, not basic export, which means I need to make a sticky piston. I can make sticky pistons out of slimes. I've only got 9 left, but there we go. Sorry, I meant import because we're importing into the system, not exporting out of it. So now we can go upstairs again, up to the second floor, and I'm just going to install this. So let me move this torch out of the way. Like so. We'll put our interface block up top. And actually it will just work if we did it this way, it's fine. Oh, I know I forgot some cabling. And part of the reason why I've got some of this up here is in case if I forget stuff, I actually have access to my materials. So I think if I draw some cables up and around to here. Unfortunately, I'd like to have put it here, but I can't. just because I've already got one import bus and it doesn't have multiple faces. So if I just place this import bus here, that will work. Change inputs and outputs of the pulverizer to out here, so now it will output out into the system, and now we just need to tell the system what things will make. So should we stick with the glass theme and work on that? So to make glass you can cook up sand, but to make sand you can pulverize cobble, of which we're going to have a fair amount of cobble. I don't know why I went to that side. So if I take a piece of cobble here like so and go into my pattern provider, I can choose cobble gets turned into one sand. It, strictly speaking, also gets turned into one gravel, but I'm not going to worry about that too much.
That's the chance anyway.
Oh yeah, on a chance, but it should take the gravel and put it in our system anyway from it. But now if I ask for glass and it didn't have any sand to make it, I think what it will do is it will go ahead and say, oh, but I know how to make sand as well, so I'll come over here and drop cobble into the pulverizer. So if we run out of sand,
That's easy enough to test. If you'll wait over there, Fire, I'll remove all the sand and glass from the system, and let's see what happens.
That's thousands and thousands, man. You sure you want to do that?
Thousands and thousands? No, not really.
There's 1,315 glass. And
why do you have so much?
Because I've been making it in preparation for other things that I might need. But in future I won't need to worry about it.
It's all removed.
Oh, okay.
I'll make one.
Okay, so you're going to make one. And you can see here actually the pulverizer immediately kicked into action, turned it into sand. The sand is being exported out, and then it's like, oh, now I needed the sand in here to make the glass, and so it did put the sand in there like so, and the glass should be exported out just right now, in fact, and you should have one piece of glass in the system. So if I turn,
we do indeed.
One piece of glass. There you go, and then you can put all the glass back that was in there. Cool.
Done.
And if I really want to be strict about it, I can actually wrench this down so that the interface was going downwards. So yeah, that's Autocrafting really, like, completely done. I know I rushed it through a little bit, so if you need to ask any questions, then ask away in the comments. But you know, we're going to be working on filling these out off camera, so we've got quite a lot of our recipes that we use frequently. We'll be just doing lots and lots of that. And then I'm not sure what we'll do next episode. I'm thinking maybe considering going to nuclear power next episode.
That's a bit fast. We don't really have the materials to keep it going yet, but we'll see.
Sure. Can we not do a basic one?
We don't have any uranium coming in.
That is true. We don't, because of the way we mine. I've only got 12 in here. There's always a breeder reactor. I'm not sure we're ready for a breeder reactor.
There are some solutions to that, basically in bees, but that'll take a while to get to that breed.
Okay. Alright, we'll think about it. Maybe it won't be nuclear power then. There is a reason why I wanted to go that direction, but I guess it can wait. Maybe we can go Formcraft next episode.
Oh, sounds like a plan.
Yeah? Alright. We'll go in to do some magic next episode. That'd be good then.
Yeah, after all this tech.
Yeah, we've been teching tons. But thank you, Occi, for your turtles. That was cool.
Hooray.
And yeah, we've got ourselves Autocrafting now, so let us know what you think of any of the stuff you've seen in this episode. From me, Fireweaver, Malinka and Occi. We'll catch you next time. Thank you very much. Bye.
See ya!